Our topics of discussion are structure relocation system and telehandler. My name is Bilal Zahir and I'm going to be talking about telehandler. Telehandler is a crane or a machine used in construction industry and various other industries. It has a telescopic boom which extends forward and upward from the vehicle. The boom can be fitted with different various attachments. It has a ranging capacity from 4,400 to 12,000 pounds. Its main purpose is to relocate construction materials, and it provides workers a platform to reach inaccessible places. As you can see here, there is a telehandler with its uh, telescopic boom extended forward and upwards. It is providing construction materials to a place where it would rather have been difficult to provide. There are two basic types of standard telehandlers. Number one is standard fixed boom telehandler. It is a telehandler in which the cab is in a fixed place and cannot be rotated from within. It is designed for limited spaces and for lifting heavy objects. The second is rotating telehandler. In this, the cab can rotate through 360 degrees while the body of the machine remains stationary.
My name is Tubaram. Comparison. In history, man or animal power were used to uplift the materials. Labor used to carry the materials with them to top of building a house. Scaffolding lifting unit is utilized to uplift heavy materials. In modern times, instruments like a telehandlers, cranes are used. By using these instruments, less work are required and less time is needed. Usage in Pakistan. Telehandler is rarely used in small construction sites but frequently used on a massive construction sites. As expensive material, it's scarcely available in Pakistan. The trend is shifting as a safety standard are to be followed strictly. Telehandler may more commonly used in near future.
This is Mohammad Wali. The next topic is structure relocation system. Relocation is a process of lifting an entire building or deassembling a building and moving it to a new different place. Structures are relocated also for the purpose of enabling new investments or moving them into safer locations. Such historical structures are most frequently relocated in order to protect them from the destructive force of nature or from demolishing when they interfere the development plans of the place. Relocation is also considered when the area needs to be cleaned and prepared for a new owner or purpose. The history of the structural relocation system can be stretched back to 19th century when first structure of London's Marble Arch was disassembled and relocated near Hyde Park in 1847, and its rebuilding was completed in 1851. Structure relocation was common in 1980s in Romania because of presidents' building projects. Many buildings, including churches and other apartments blocks, used to relocate using hydraulic dollies. One of the most notable feats achieved was on 27th May 1987 when a whole apartment building was weighing 7,600 tons was splitting in half and completely relocated when people left inside with no damage whatsoever. As of this day, the building still stands and it was one of the most challenging relocations in the whole world.
This is Saram Ashraf and I'm going to further carrying on the presentation. So the two major methods that are currently being used is the first among them is relocation by disassembling. In this process, the entire structure is dismantled at the start and then it is using trolleys and other vehicles, all those materials are transported to the new location and then the entire structure is rebuilt again over that situation. In this method, the restriction is that only temporary structures or wood structures can be transported, not permanent structures. The second method is this moving of entire structure as a whole. As the picture can represent it to you, a multi-wheeled vehicle is used to transport the complete entire structure as a whole. So when we talk about the process of relocation, temporary steel frameworks are attached to the foundation of the house, and then hydraulic jacks are connected to the cranes, are attached to the metal frame. The entire structure is uplifted incrementally. Wooden beams are mostly placed under the structure in order to avoid any mishap. So once the structure is at its sufficient level, multiple vehicles are placed right below it so that the steel framework can be lifted and can be further transported. When we talk about the structural relocation in Pakistan, It is unfortunate to see that in 73 years of Pakistan's history, it has never been witnessed that a structure has been relocated. It is because 90% of the structures in Pakistan are constructed of brick foundation and the brick foundation. Bricks are all bonded with cement mortar, which is not that strong. Its bond is not that strong to carry on its own weight when hung. Structural relocation requires massive roads, and Pakistan lacks in a wide road network. Pakistan lacks in technology and technicians at the same moment. Whenever there's a need of relocation or a new structure to be created over the same location, the structure is collapsed. At first, it destroys all the money, businesses, time, labor, and every other thing, and then the entire structure is constructed again. Instead, if perhaps we could have used the structural relocation idea, which is far, far better than collapsing it and then conventional method. Thank you.